What's up, guys? It's Bye here, and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. In today's video, I will answer one of the most popular questions I often receive during some of my live stream. Rome or France for an infantry-focused player? Uh, Before I go into detail about which civilization is best for you, let me make one thing clear first, that the difference between the two civilizations are very minimal. I had used France for more than 1.5 years, and I have been using Rome for more than 4 months now, and I hardly notice much of a difference. So if someone tell you one civilization is way better than the other, they're full of bullshit. So both of these civilizations can work very well for infantry players. The only time you should consider switching between the two is when you want to make some like micro optimization to your account, or maybe when you kind of like get bored of one civilization and you kind of change it up a little bit. That is when you want to switch between the two civilization. Uh, Other than that, save that civilization change score for future use. So if you don't care too much about like micro optimization for your account, uh, you don't need to watch this video anymore. Save that civilization chain score for future use, and you'll be good. And for whoever still watching, I will tell you what's the difference between the two civilizations and what are my recommendations for you. So let's go to my Excel sheet that I had prepared. I will also be sharing this sheet in the video description. So here is a Rome versus France Excel sheet that I had prepared for you guys. So let's go right into it. Okay. First one we have is for the stat boost. Rome, you get 5% defense for infantry only. So you get better stat boost than France if you running like 70% or more infantry marches. Because when you run more than 70% infantry marches, all of the infantry will get that 5% stat boost. Uh, for France, you get a 3% health for all troop type. So you will get better stat boost than Rome if you're running something like less than 70% of infantry marches. So when you're running less than 70% of infantry marches, the rest of your march are either archer or cavalry. They can get benefit from that 3% health as well. So they get that extra stat boost for a different troop type. Next one we have is Rome. You get a 5% march speed bonus, so you can be a little bit more like mobile. You get a little bit more mobile on the open field. Uh, Doing Arc of like when you play Arc of Osiris, you can cut down on some travel time. Can be very like beneficial for like, some certain situation. Because like doing Arc like cut down on few seconds can be the difference between you losing a structure or you can defend it. So very good for Arc of Osiris. As for France, you do not get any march speed bonus here. Uh, for Rome, if you're running 100% infantry, you all of your infantry will get that 5% defense stat boost. So you will have a better stat boost compared to when you run 100% infantry using France. So you will get slightly, like very slightly less severe wounded when it comes to the open field fighting. Uh, it will take a little bit longer for you to fill your hospital as you take less severe wounded, and as because of that you can save some of like the resources from healing, and you can also cut down on some healing time as well, like very small. As for France, you get that 20% hospital healing speed. Very good, can save a lot of speed up if you are an active fighter. So who do I consider like an active fighter? Someone who can get like at least 10 million kills, 10 million T4 kills doing KvK. I would consider that is someone who is actively fighting. Uh, if you're not an active fighter, healing speed is not going to help you. Just putting it out there. Like if you're not gonna fight, you don't need that 20% healing speed up. Uh, for garrison, Rome is better than France if you can garrison a structure with 100% infantry. Again, whenever you can manage to get 100% infantry, you go have that better stat boost compared to France. As for France garrison, you gotta do much better than Rome if your garrison has a lot of mixed troop in it, which is very common in KvK. A lot of time people just throwing in whatever inside the flags or inside the structure. Uh, so like I would say France is kind of a slight better when it comes to a garrison. Uh, Rome T4 looks okay, like nothing special. But for France, T4 throwing X-Men look really nice with the cape. And they can be mistaken for T5 sometimes. And people might avoid hitting your marches on the open field because they think you had T5. So let me just show you guys what I mean here. So on my account here, I have a France for my my beginner account. I no longer play on this account, but I had to play it before. So you can see my marches here. This is a T4 infantry marches from France. From this angle, they look very much like T5 marches, and can be very often mistaken for T5, and people can avoid hitting you. So can be very beneficial on the open field, I would say. Okay, so those are some of the, I would say, comparison between the two civilizations that I can think of. And for my recommendation for you guys, uh, for Rome, I strongly recommend for a player who can run 5 infantry marches most of the time, or like if you like an Ark of Osiris focused player, um, Rome can help you perform slightly better in terms of like getting you to where you want to be a little bit faster. So it can be very good in Ark of Osiris. And I also recommend Rome for like a T5 infantry focused player. You can also save some resources when fighting. You're going to have a less severely wounded because you're going to use mostly infantry, and like as a T5 player, like cutting down on those severe wounded is very important because the amount of resource you need to heal T5 is a lot. And for France, I recommend France for a player who run less than 70% of infantry from their marches. What do I mean by less than 70% infantry from their marches? Like, let's say if you can only run like 3 marches, like someone who's not strong enough, you can only run like 3 marches, and two of your march are like infantry, one of your march are like archer or cavalry. It means you only run at like 60%, 65% infantry, and the rest are archers. So, or you can only run like 1 infantry marches, 1 cavalry, or 1 archer marches, something like that. Or if you are running 5 marches, but only 3 of your marches are infantry, your 2 other marches are like archer or cavalry. Um, France is definitely gonna be the better choice for you. And also, if you like a main garrison captain for your kingdom or for your alliance, when it comes to like Ark of Osiris, you might consider picking France. And also recommend for like a non-T5 infantry focused player. You can save a lot of time from healing if you like an active fire. And as like 40 for non-T5 players, like resources heal, like when it comes to healing, resources is not like a very big issue for you guys. So you can manage, you can afford to have like a little bit more slides, a little bit more severe wounded, but you can cut down on some like time for healing. So though as my recommendation, you can see which type of player are you, and you can pick the right civilization for you. And I hope this video helped you guys. Thanks for watching.